Lee. How are we doing, mate? You alright, yeah?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Sound pal.
Nice
Today,
one.
guys, we've got Lee Hornby here with us. Lee owns his own BKB firm, and also he's a very special guy because not many people do this. He owns his own BKB firm, guys, and he's fighting on it. Isn't that true, Lee?
That is true, mate. Yeah, I'm not a fighter. I'm not a fighting man. Not a trained fighter. Completely different to someone who, like, I'm more of a scrapper. I'll fucking have had scraps in pubs, clubs, fucking prison, fucking you name it. I've had a fight there. Luckily, I've never come across a trained fighter, because a trained fighter would beat me 7 days a fucking week, mate. I know my shit. You know what I mean?
At least you've got the heart to go out and fight.
That's all I'm doing it for, mate. Heart and soul. And I need some focus in my life. I've come off track a little bit, and I need something to fucking focus on. I need to get my health back in kick, you know.
Well, let's talk about that. How's things? What made you get into BKB, and what made you start a BKB firm up?
So what happened was, a lot of people know this, Decca Heggie, he started that bare knuckle street fighting brawls.
Decca, guys, Decca, is that it again? He's everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the cunt, but he got me where I am. So there's swings and roundabouts about it.
Right,
but basically, Andy Smith, been mate man for years. I seen him putting some videos out. He had one guy who was wanting a fight on this show, and you know, I'd seen Decca on about it, and I had guys around me that I know would fight for fun all day long. Not saying they're hard out, but they'll fight. They're getting paid, they'll fight.
Game kids.
So I said straight away to Andy, I said, listen, I'll get on that. He said, yeah, message Decca. So I messaged Decca. About 2 weeks later, I took 2 guys down to Rotherham. Had a good fucking scrap there. Like, the 2 guys I took down both lost. Out of they both gassed out basically.
Is that the fight where Ben Waddington fought Robbie Brown?
So this was before that.
Just before that show.
This was the show before, yeah.
Sound. I remember he set it all up though in Rotherham when he went up them ways. I can remember it. Where is it? Street fighting brawls, were it?
Yeah. Well, they say like they know the hay bale and the Harris fencing. That was Sam Blakesy who owns Olympus. That was his idea. That was all him. Decca saying, "Oh, they nicked my idea." If you watch Decca's first video, he just fucking fought in a scrapyard. Lads are bouncing all over machines and all that shit.
Not like Decca, guys, is it? To steal anyone's video, Derek?
Yeah. So that Olympus, before they became Olympus, they sorted it out for him, and you know, got it looking decent.
Sounds.
So then, obviously, I had a bit of a following in Scarborough and Bridlington and stuff like that. So I said, let's bring the show back to us. So we brought the show back home. We put a show on 15th of April. I was the only one that fucking did anything really. Me and Andy Smith were matchmaking, but as I was going and doing it all, it was me that went to set it all up. It was me that was talking to all fighters, organising and getting and it got me the passion back and a spark back in life that I'd lost a lot of years ago. I've been a plasterer all my life and I couldn't be asked to go to work. I just lost that fucking passion, mate. And when I got into this, it kicked something in me, you know, to fucking help the lads. And it wasn't anything to do with how it was helping me. It was what I was seeing with some lads were telling me, you've saved my life, mate. Well, other than that, you've given me a chance. I never thought no one cared. You know, I had no focus, no direction. There was one bloke that was literally sat in his bedroom, didn't dare come out of it. I went to his house, grabbed him out, and grabbed him to the show. You know, just shit like that.
Hey, listen, that's great.
Right up to this day, I've got 7 testaments of people telling me that I've saved the life of it by giving him a chance, dragging him out of something, showing him actually someone cared and someone will actually talk to him. You know, I'm finding it hard, like, because the lad that I pulled off a fucking train track at middle at night a few weeks ago, don't even know him. I only know him because he's fighting for me, but I've never met him. But I put 2 hours time into him. And obviously you've got to imagine the toll that takes on me as a person trying to put my effort into somebody when I've got all my own shit going on. If anything went wrong with that guy, even now, it's going to be on my mind.
Hey, but totally though, good karma doing that.
But that's what's doing it for me, mate.
Definitely.
It's helping the other people. You know, it's not for me. I don't want to go on YouTube and make a name. I'm not into all this back and forth and standing there going, I'm fucking this and I'm that. At the end of the day, mate, I'm doing this for the fighters. I don't want to be face of company. I want fighters to be face of company.
I enjoy that. You're a good guy. You seem like a good guy deep down, doesn't he, guys? You know what I mean? He's gone on his own accord, seen a man about to commit suicide in front of the track. He's gone out of his way, helped the man. He said he don't want no money. He don't want no nothing, no gratitude. He just wants to help the lads off the streets. You know where lads are not doing anything and getting into crime, antisocial area. He's taking that away by putting these fellas in the ring. He's doing good in the world. So guys, I want to give a round of applause for this guy here. That's a good fella, that, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah. What happened? Tell us more. What happened with the fallout with you and Decca then? What happened?
Well, not really a fallout, mate. What it was I put this event on 15th of April. Decca, like I say, is nowhere to be fucking seen. He's obviously in Carlisle, wherever he was, doing his thing. And he just left it to all us, like a little team of us, to do it. I was the only one who ended up doing it that day, just getting the hay bales, paying for the security to come and organising security, fucking sorting the scaffolding out so people could actually see, you know, it looked really fucking well. Even that Harris fencing it to hire that. Every fighter was down, so I think there was 6 fights, so that's 12 fighters. Every fighter was down for a certain wage. So when I added it all up, everything was going through. But on the day, Decca went, oh, that Bobby Brown, he's not getting 200, he's getting 400. This guy who's never fought before, he's got a big name, so he's getting 400. I'm like, fucking hell. So it upped it and upped it. So I think we had about 100 people attend the event. Only 70 people I think paid in. A lot of them had been to an event before where 2 fights were going to happen, and only 1 fight happened. One of the fucking fights that actually happened, the guy didn't even turn up, so we had to get a stand-in. It was a shit show. So I said to everybody that had paid 20 quid to get into that show, I'll knock you a tenner off when you come to the next one because of the shit show.
I get fair on that.
So basically the numbers didn't add up. We had the medical staff to pay, so when it come to the paying, there was I think there was one lad that left without paying, the scaffolders didn't get paid. I paid the one lad out of my money, the scaffolders to this date still haven't been fucking paid. And they're still chasing me and Decca, and I'm saying to them, look, I'll pay you, and I've got that fucking amount of money spare, but it really, like, you know, I know I ordered it from you, but it was for Decca. Bit of a shit thing. So anyway, came to the next day, after Decca had been pissed all fucking night and we'd all had a drink.
What did he get too pissed like with Blotto?
I lost him. I think fucking we went back into bid for a drink, and then he went his way and I went my way. I know where he went next. I lent him fucking money to fucking get some glasses and all that.
Is that where he went? Yeah.
I didn't get the cup back.
Guys, he strikes
I don't
again.
like slagging people off or anything.
This guy, as you can see, is the most genuine person ever, and this podcast is all about good vibes and everything. Well, like my man said, he lent him money to go to a brass house. To anyone that doesn't know what a brass house is a brothel, prostitutes. But keep it fresh, Decca. As long as they're over 18, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's all done, isn't it? Yeah. So next day I said, right, we were short. I didn't realise the lad that didn't get paid, he dislocated his shoulder, so he walked out before I had a chance to pay him. I didn't even realise he hadn't been paid, but he's a good mate of mine anyway. Yeah. Very good mate of mine, by Hollywood. So
where's he from? Is he from Thursday?
No, from Scarborough.
I'm gonna say.
I think to be fair, he's not even from Scarborough.
Is he related to Nat Hollywood and them from First?
I ain't got a clue.
Them boys are doing quite good up near First area and up in Harrogate. Yeah,
I ain't got a clue, but yeah. So anyway, I approached him and said, look, scaffolding needs paying. But why the scaffolding needs paying? I said, well, I just paid everyone out. This is it. This is that. And he was like, oh, well, it don't work out. I went, well, it does. And I told him why. I said, you were letting fucking lasses in left, right, and centre that I didn't even know. You know, you were letting people in for free, which people were coming to me saying they paid you direct on the door. So what am I going to say? Well, and you were fucking nowhere to be seen. So I said, we've all got to chip together and get this scaffolding bill paid. Yeah, all right, no worries. Anyway, half an hour later, I got a fucking voicemail off him. Yeah, I've fucking been doing numbers. I'll come to your fucking house and I'll do. And I thought, you know what? That was the last straw. I thought, I've got kids at my house. You come to my house, I'll fight you. I'll lose. I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? But if you come to my house, I probably wouldn't know I'm going to fucking beat him in a fist fight. But he won't come to that anyway, because I know Decca. I know he doesn't really have many mates or anything, so he won't go anywhere on his own. He won't come to my house, but he was that threatening, I'm going to come to your house and do that. So I said, you know what it is?
Screaming like
proper screaming like you've seen him on fucking videos.
Come on, yeah.
I said, this is business, and I've got kids at home, and that's all I give a shit about. So I said, you know what I'm doing? I'm walking away. I put everything into it. Anyway, and he obviously used me as a scapegoat, saying fucking Hornby had ripped the business off and all this shit, blah blah blah. But I was the only one, apart from Andy Smith, that was actually doing work. You know, so for him to say that I ripped him off when actually I got ripped off myself. He owed me money and then he refused to pay it. And you know why his reason for refusing to pay it? What's that? Well, you invested money into the business. I went, fucking me paying for you for prostitutes is nothing to do with business. I want that money back. Any money I've put in, I don't want back yet because I'm looking at the long fucking term. So he thinks that I took 400 quid out of what he owes me of this pay.
Did you not legally take him to court or anything?
I'm not even asked about it. It's fucking 400 quid. You know, if that makes him feel better. I couldn't be asked with a rigmarole. It cost me more than 400 quid to take him to court.
True, but you want your expenses paid for.
But like I say, I didn't even put videos out there explaining myself and going on YouTube trying to make it in. But everyone that knows me knows I act like that anyway.
We can see he's a genuine guy, can't we, guys? You know what I mean?
Well, that's what happened with Decca, mate. Yeah.
We can see that straight through him, but as you're aware, mate, you know what I mean? You're better off not saying anything. He'll just deny it to the bone. We all know what he's like, and fair play to you, though, mate. You know what I mean? He's a rip-off merchant, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. It's like this, mate. It's a vicious circle because everybody around him always ends up being the person that he blames everything. Oh no, well he was with me and he's a good guy. Oh, I want to shout him out, but no, next thing he's ripped me up. Yeah. And it's just like that and that. Well, it isn't like that, mate. He's just a fucking...
There's one word for that, and that's narcissist.
Yeah,
narcissism, innit?
And I don't really like to say stuff, but it's that fucking sniff, mate. He's constantly on. He's ringing me up all the time when I was here. Can you get me this? Can you get me that? And
Is that what he's doing all the time?
I
What,
was
on
like,
sniff?
I was shocked.
I'm shocked as well there.
I didn't think it, mate, but yeah, it is. That's one of the reasons why his head wasn't in it.
Yeah.
And I'm open because I don't fucking, even though what happened, like I say, he got me where I am now. So I don't hate him. I'm actually hoping he's in Thailand and he's sorting his head out and he comes back and he's the man that he could be. Because he's not a soft cunt. Do you know what I mean? He is actually a good fighter. He's just, his head's fucked.
It's crazy as well, because I've seen something last week where he said how he's battled his drug addiction and he's not had no drugs for time. And he just contradicts what he's saying all the time.
Yeah, he does, yeah. Well, when I first met him, he told me he didn't take them. And then, like, when he comes to Scarborough, he can get them 3 for 1.
Old Decca wanting a 3 for 100, guys, eh?
Yeah.
I mean,
like I say, I'm not here to slag him off, mate. I'm just here, like, you're the first person I've talked to what I know people are going to listen to.
By far, guys, this is not a slating match. This is not a slagging off. This is, as you can see, pure
my
truth,
side of the story, mate.
pure honesty. This guy's character it cannot be doubted. He's not done nothing wrong to anyone. He's not been in any of the circles or the shit. He don't slag off anyone. For crying out loud, he takes men off streets and puts them onto fights and pays for them off his own back. You know what I mean? What more genuine can you get than that?
This is what the business is about. It's not. You don't have to be the best boxer, the best fighter in the world. You don't have to come to me with a record. You come to me with art. You come to me telling me what you want. I'll match you with someone that's exactly the same as you, first-time fighter. What you do need to do is prove to me that you're actually training. I can't have someone coming off the street and say I want to fight next week and they're just off the red all the time. They don't come in because they've got to pass a medical. You know, I want to see him going through a camp.
Yeah,
you know,
so you've got
I
everything
want to
above
see
the
him
board.
Yeah, everything is above board with this show that we're doing.
Talk more about that show. What's it called and where's it at?
So my company's called Bare Knuckle Wars. I've teamed up with another company called Rock Solid Promotions, and you actually know Ash Meyer.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Sparta, used to do a Sparta, didn't you? Ash
right.
and Robbie Addington.
I know Robbie.
Yeah, they're running Rock Solid, so they already had a show that they'd already started to put together. They've seen the troubles I've had with getting shows cancelled left, right, and centre, trusting some people, getting fucking shafted in half. Met these guys, exactly the same thing, fucking guard up, like, yeah, you could be exactly the same, get me in and shaft me, but I've given them chances. You know what, they are actually some of the soundest guys I've met.
See that guy's pulled through. Big shout out to Robbie.
Big shout out to Ash, yeah.
Big shout out to Robbie and Ash.
The whole team, mate. And when I talk to them about the vision they have in the show, they have the same vision as me. They wanted to bring it inside, they wanted to bring the ring walks in with the music, you know, they wanted to bring the fucking entertainment in and all that shit.
So he's constantly upgrading the shows every time, guys. He's always thinking how to get that better response, asking what the public want, and then he's putting it into motion.
Well, I could have gone straight away after and just got a field and given him my fucking back garden and got some Harris fencing and hay bales and all that. But I knew that's what was getting a bad rep with Decca, and I knew I had to fucking disattach myself from that stigma. You know what I mean? I didn't want fucking people thinking, oh, well, he's just doing the same, he's just letting anyone in with some fucking someone wearing a paramedic jacket that I'm giving no credentials.
So you're putting a touch of class to it.
Putting a touch of class to it. And the thing is, like I say, the people that are going to come to me at the minute, they're never going to get in BKB or BKFC. But what I'm trying to do is, if I get these people in, they're unnoticed and they stick with me long enough, and that, it won't be long before you get in someone like BKFC or BKB calling them up. That's what I want for them. I don't want them to sign a contract to me so he can only fight for me. Let's say, for example, Robbie Brown. It was me and Andy Smith that sourced Robbie Brown and got him for the first Ben Wellington fight. Yeah. I'm not saying he wasn't known before that, because he was. Robbie's a fucking hard cunt. He's got his career and stuff like that. After that, it was me that set up the him and Bash fight. You know what I mean? And look what it's done for Robbie.
Sorted him out, Robert. He's up there now.
He fucking is.
You know what I mean?
He's actually turned into a bit of a good friend, and he's offered me personally. He actually asked me, "Can I ref your fights on the night?"
There you go.
Robbie's coming to ref. Yeah.
Can't get no further than that. And I'll say when that fight with him and Decca, I can honestly say he beat him.
Of course he did.
Videos don't lie, guys. He was on top of him here, as you've seen. He couldn't do nothing with it. He couldn't get no guard in, and he was absolutely pounding him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He gassed. He went. He had too much testosterone. And he just went. Robbie won that fight by far.
Yeah, he won that fight. Yeah. I mean, it's even that one with Ben Wellington, he won.
He won that. Ben punched himself out and he went.
If Ben had as much gas as Robbie did, I reckon it would have gone a different way.
Yeah. You could see early on in the fight with the size of Ben, he was putting him down a few times. But you're always going to get that. He was 3 times his size.
Yeah, and fair play to Robbie, he could take one.
He could take one, you know what I mean? He's like a honey badger, isn't he? You know what I mean? You get stuck in, mate. But fair play to him for that. But yeah, where can you see your business going in the next 5 years? And would you say what are you looking to upgrade it to bigger venues and whatever?
So as soon as I got started, we booked a hotel in Scarborough called the Grand Hotel, and it was only a couple of weeks later that it got cancelled. I've heard loads of rumours why. I don't really know why, apart from I know that someone rang up saying there's going to be loads of trouble, they were going to come down and bring a gang, and it wasn't worth it. Since then, it took me a long fucking time to get hold of the licensing officers who run pub watch, you know, alcohol licensing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Talked to him personally. He said, look mate, he said, I ran the Grand Hotel. I told them that if they put your show on and someone, like, let's say, gets a big cut in the blind, they come to the police. It's basically assault because there's no licensing body, right? That's what he said to me. So I said, all right then. Sat there and thought about it. I said, hold on a minute. I said, right, it's a white collar boxing. I said, there was one at the Spa 6 months, a year ago, so I went to it. There's no license for it, there's no governing body. I said, you okayed that yourself? You personally would have actually said that was alright? He went, yeah, I did. I said, well, how did they get away with it? I said, I'll tell you how. The company that registers it has to be a registered company. They have to have their own public liability insurance. Fighters have to sign waiver forms and all stuff like that. They have to be medically checked, mentally health checked.
And a doctor on standby.
And the medical team there, that has got to be a proper medical team. You know, they've got to have their own insurance and all that. I said, that's how white collar boxing works. And that's how this works. It isn't a grey area, it's exactly the same, apart from there's gloves and no gloves.
I totally
I'm
agree.
educating, the police officer said to me, you've educated me to didn't even know that.
What he's just said there, guys, completely correct. You see, like when people are jumping in these A-bales and what have you, I've done it myself. I've fought for Spartans in the A-bales in the early days and won what I've won. But it has to be above board. If you've got no doctor and no paramedics or no nothing like that, you're not insured. One wrong bang, don't forget you're going to get big guys or whatever. It's that temple, you get a brain hemorrhage, you're dead. Everyone there who's got something to do with that show is getting done for manslaughter.
Yeah,
right or wrong. You have to be
definitely.
insured, you have to be above the board, you have to do it right. Because let's get it right, guys, this is a fight game. People get hurt and people get killed. Hear me?
Yeah, of course.
No,
This is what I don't want on my mind either. I wouldn't want to do it and go in there and not have it right and someone gets killed. And a lot of these lads that are fighting are from my town, and I know them personally, I've known them years. I don't want to put them in that fucking predicament where they're going to end up getting hurt. I'm going to get hurt anyway. I know I'm going to get hurt. Even if I win fight and not looking out one punch, I'm going to hurt my hand. You know what I mean? There's pain involved in it.
There's not been one man alive who hasn't jumped into a bare knuckle fight, evenly matched, who hasn't got hurt.
Yeah,
you're going to feel a bit of pain, you're going to feel that hurt. You know
Well,
I mean?
it's stand and bang, innit? You know room to move around, you know. Like I say, I'm not a fucking boxer, I'm not a trained fighter. I'll go in there, I'll do my fucking best, mate, and I'm not going in to lose anyway, put it that way.
Nah, you do good.
That kid I'm fighting, Andy Smith, actually a decent lad. Yeah. Fucking mouthpiece.
Is he from the same area as you?
He's from Bridge, which is the town next door.
Yeah. And where are you from? Scarborough?
Scarborough, yeah.
Yeah.
He's 28, I'm 39. I've never done any fucking form of training off of fighting in my life. He went to the kickboxing competition a couple of years ago, and I believe him now. He sent me a video. He came second in a world tournament. He's been training boxing all his life.
It's Andy Smith. It's funny guy.
Nothing. It means nothing, does it? You'll say, what, you're boxing bare knuckle in that fucking short thing.
It don't matter anyway. Nah, does it? You can have a boxer, you can have a fighter, you can have a brawler, and you can just have a pure dirty fighter. There's different ways, different means. Anyone can get beat. Styles are what makes fights. I could put an Olympic gold medalist in with a brawl from pub and he'd get his head took off at the bar. Different times, different circumstances, anyone can be beat. You know what I mean? Trust me, no one's invincible. Trust me, you might think you are at the time when you're training, everyone likes to think that they're Ali, but please believe me, you've got a pressure point on end of your chin like everyone else, and you will be knocked out.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Getting into this has humbled me so much, because if you'd have asked me 10 years ago, I'd have completely said different. I'll fight anyone. Maybe not like the size, I might have actually been, but no, that's not Tyson Fury.
I know Tyson, yeah.
But 10 years ago, I was 14 stone, fucking bit of a lump. Thought I was hard as fuck. I've got into this now, mate, right, and I've realised I've never been hard. I've never been a div, but the people that are actually in this game, like yourself and the fucking all the others that I see, they're absolute animals, mate. They train day in, day out. They're the hard bastards, mate. Me, I'm completely different. I'm what you'd call a scrapper. I'll scrap in fucking wherever I have to. So now, I will never ever fight again if I don't have to. I'll only fight if I have to. I don't want to fight. This one, what I'm doing with Andy Smith, is because I need to focus back in my life. There's other reasons behind it as well, where I'm slipping and I don't want to slip and I want something to focus on. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered about people being proud of me, you know, a lot of your family watching and all that shit. Because I'm not a fighter, I'm not there to impress.
Has there been any trash talk on his side, or is it all been respectful, or?
There's Andy Smith tried the trash talk at first, but we fucking... So basically, yeah, he was with me. I kicked him off the team because we had different visions, we wanted to go different ways. we agreed to fight, he was back and forth with fucking this and that, so I gave him a call and said, look, just as long as we know, you aren't going to be turning up at my house, I ain't going to be turning up at your house, there's no fucking my mates versus your mates, we'll have this fight there, we'll shake hands, we'll have a pint after, and that's it, posh, do you know what I mean?
That's it, good.
And that's it, mate, yeah, but Andy Smith, he's a decent guy, mate, he's just off his tits.
I had to laugh over there, guys. I scrolled through the YouTube, see this video come up here. It's Andy Smith, yeah? He says, nah then Brett, mate, how's it going, mate? I know we've had this fight in the pipeline for a long time. I'm thinking, who the fuck's this guy? He looks like the guy that come and fixed my washing machine last week. Well, no offence there, Andy, there. And then next minute, he says, can you fight our kid, Craig Tough? I'm like, alright mate, sound, have you got any pictures and videos? Yeah, they're coming, mate, they're coming, but they ain't come yet. Alright then, mate, am I fighting the Invisible Man? Who do you want me to fight you? Get your brother down, and yeah, fair enough, if you want a nice, respectful fight, I'll happily oblige and do the business for you, just for the views. No, joking, mate, but Andy, you can't ever chuck a challenger at anyone. You have to put the face forward first, don't you?
Yeah, of course you do, yeah.
That's like me when I had all that Apollo shit years ago on thingy. You fucking don't know who's who behind fake profile, do you?
No, you don't, mate.
You know what I mean? But yeah, apart from that, I wish him well with his fight with Andy Smith. What's your plan? What's your game plan in the fight? Are you gonna power, speed, or?
Mate, I've never had a fight in my life where it's been I've had to go and train for it or anything like that. So I had my first ever training sparring session last night. Never sparred before in my life.
Were you sparring with a local kid or?
I was sparring two local kids. I did. So I think I did 10 minutes with one. Then he swapped out. His brother came in for 10 minutes, and then we did 10 minutes each. So I did like 40 minutes non-stop sparring.
Fucking long time not sparring,
Fucking was, mate. They said to me, I can't believe your fitness, and I was like, well, yeah.
Ah, that's 100%.
But do you know what I thought? I've been in there 10 minutes. What? And I didn't think it would be that long.
Did you feel it at ease as well?
No, it was hard, mate. I kept walking onto fucking straight at first, you know what I mean?
Say, yeah.
Like that, and then learning that fucking bob, the weave, learning all that, getting in the angles and all that. Because the kids that were training me, who've been fucking doing Muay Thai boxing for years and years.
Yeah.
So it was hard, but that's what I didn't want to go in there with someone who's on my standard, you know?
Truthfully, mate, you can run as much as what you want, but that sparring's a different ballgame. When you've got someone sparring you, I'm telling you now, 3 minutes can seem like a lifetime.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If you're gassing and getting banged,
because it was my first time, I didn't stand there and go inside going, nah, plan. I just had to try and fucking work out what they're doing. You know, just working what I'm best at. I'm my best at fucking dodging, my best at knocking them out of the way with my hands.
And what is your best? What would you say your best talent is, isn't it? Would you say footwork, slipping, speed, power?
When someone's not looking.
It's coming in for slide shots.
Honestly, mate, I've realised, like I say, it's humbled me, mate, because I've realised when I was younger, I never did any boxing around, but there was always pads and that around, and I was hitting them quite sharp, a lot of power, fucking hearing it snap. Got on them recently, and I'm like, where's it all gone? You know, so I don't know, mate, it's a stand and bang, you know, I'm gonna
so it's fair to say you're a bit of a street fighter.
Exactly, mate, yeah. Not a trained street fighter.
No, street fighter's a style, mate.
Just one of them who's gone in and fucking give it me all and never back down, you know. And one thing I taught my little lad, never ever look for a fight, never ever start on anyone, never bully anyone, but if anyone ever fucking rips you or tries to pull you down or rips any of your family, you stick up for your fucking self, you stick up for your family. And that's it, that's all I want from him, do you know what I mean? I walk away from everything. Someone hits you and it doesn't hurt and you don't even get embarrassed, just walk away.
Definitely. If we're living in a world though now where everyone's got to kind of watch out what they say and everything, especially like when it comes to kids. When you take your kids to school and you say, listen, if anyone hits you, yeah, usually 9 times out of 10 I'm from a pit village, you say hit them back, you know what I mean? But now
you're inciting violence then,
now this day and age, I'm not inciting violence anyway, guys, but you know as much as me, there's a lot of snowflakes out there, you know what I mean? It's up to you. Do you want to raise victims, or do you want to raise your kid to be a nice, pleasant, happy kid, pleasant and polite to everyone, but when push comes to shove, can look after himself.
Protects himself and his family, mate. And that's
precisely.
That's all
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why boxing or MMA or any combat sport gives you great discipline. I totally understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's right. You know what I mean?
Respect, yeah.
You know what I mean? So what's your plans then, mate? You know what I mean? What are you going to stick it out forever with this BKB then, or?
So right, we started this when I fucked off from Decca in April. I went on holiday like the next week. It honestly broke me because I put so much into it to realise that I had to walk away. It broke me to the point where I nearly fucking broke down just before I went on holiday. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go on holiday, I'm going to absolutely chill the fuck out, and I'm going to think about it. And I was just thought, you know what, it's not even worth it. While I was on holiday, like half of my town messaging me, don't give it up, mate, you give us some extra fucking video, you can tell you're made for it. a lot of them were saying get rid of Andy Smith because he's just got a different vision and he doesn't look right. You're a completely different type of guy. It's like good cop, bad cop. You know, when you sat there. So I took everything on board and I thought, you know what, I got back and I'd give it a try. I got something under my belt, got that fucking grand hotel booked, that got cancelled. Threw me a little bit, but thought, fuck it. Booked another one this was going to be on the 3rd of June, it got cancelled, so I booked it on the 15th of July in Bradford, the Bradford Hotel where Spartan do it. Yeah. Got cancelled straight away. Oh, we've double booked you. I said, all right then, to woman. I said, right, look for a day. The nearest date they could do me was the 9th of September. I said, fuck me, this is some way away. I've already got the following from then. People dying for it. I didn't really want to take it away from Scarborough, but I can't get anywhere near in Scarborough because they won't look at me. They won't touch me. What I said about licensing going around telling them. So I had one booked for the 9th of September.
Has it ever been done in Scarborough, the BKB? Or you're the first one to do it?
I'm the first one. Well, I will be the first one to do it when it gets done there. But yeah, that one on the 9th of September. When I booked it with the woman from the hotel, I said fucking double, triple, quadruple check that you has no overbooking because I can't advertise this and then cancel it again. She double, quadruple, rang me the next day. Look, there's nothing. Perfect for 9th of September. I won't even go into why I know that it got cancelled, mate, but then they rang me and told me it got being cancelled because they double booked the family and the book from January. I'm like, I won't be involved in this. I know exactly why it's cancelled, but
That's another story.
Yeah, it's just something else, mate. So then I lost that again, mate. I'm like, my ass fell out, like, not got into a little state of depression where I'm just like, do I carry on? It's a lot on my fucking head. I'm a one-man band now. There's no one else doing it apart from me.
It's the best way to be, a one-man band.
Doing everything on my own, mate. So I had the idea, I thought, right, well, I know Rock Solid are doing one. I'll ring them and see if they mind me using their venue. Anyway, they said to me, we've got the only date available in September, there's no more. And I thought, can't.
It's hard work,
Can't
isn't
drag
it?
it out anymore. No. So Ash actually said to me, do you want to put your show on inside mine? I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I'm not taking your fighters or anything. What we'll do is, you put your show on at the same time as mine, so it'll be presented as this is Fight by Bare Knuckle Wars, you know, you can have your banners and stuff like that. Obviously, it'll get announced as Bare Knuckle Wars, then they'll go to their fights. Yeah. So it's like a joint night, really.
So you basically, what they're doing is, guys, because it's been falling through a lot of the shows, it's hard work to run these shows. A lot of venues cancel and things happen, don't they? Yeah, so basically, they've joined on the two BKB firms to make one big fucking mega night. Am I right?
Yeah. And what their idea is, they're a bit different. They want to join forces with all the other BKB companies, just to help everyone out and to realise that, you know, like I said to you, these
people. Pals with Christian Robertson that then on that side.
I don't know Christian. I've talked to him and asked him for permission to use the Bradford Hotel, and he said yeah, and then it got cancelled. Like, so yeah. And then Simon Kirk on YouTube.
I know Simon Kirk.
Yeah. I'm not friends with him or anything. I know him. You know, he's whatever. He lives in Scarborough where I live.
Yeah, he's had a few run-ins with Decca, hasn't he?
Yeah. It's how me and him like ended up like meeting and talking and that because he's been tried. He did exactly the same to him. Something went wrong. He blamed him.
Yeah, he was telling me, he said he was ripping him off and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what the main goal is, the more BKB companies out there is, the more chance you're going to get a governing body.
100%.
The only one at the minute with a governing body is BKBTM. There's no one else that's got a license for it.
No, definitely. That's why I'm stuck with the BKFC and I'm sticking with them contracted. But when I started out in the back barns, hay bales, and you have to work your way up.
Yeah,
you have to claw your way to that graft. It took me graft to get where I am now. You know what I mean? But listen, I wish everyone all the best in that graft. Work your way up to your goals, whatever you've got. Any little, any big. Listen, sky's the limit. Reach for the stars, and if you miss, grab an handful of clouds and say at least you fucking tried. Innit? You know what I mean? You know that, brother, innit?
Exactly.
Listen, guys, anything you want to say to your people back home, or any shout outs or anything?
Just fucking shout out to everybody, and I mean everybody that's stuck by me because this has been hard. I told you it's nearly broke me, mate, but I'm still here. I'm still going. I'm still gonna fucking carry on trying. We've got the event happening 4 weeks tomorrow. So if you fancy seeing me getting my face smashed in, or not,
I doubt that.
Just fucking turn up. Tickets are 30 quid standard, £50 VIP. I'd love to be able to get people in and just say, right, I'll pay you so much for fighting and get all these fights on, but I've realised I ain't got 20, 30 grand signed bank that it doesn't matter about. You know, I can't waste that money.
Definitely.
And I don't know if it's going to come back in.
Definitely,
You
I
know,
totally agree.
it's hard to throw it out. But
Well, there'll be a lot of people watching this and wanting to try and help you, guaranteed, because there's a lot of good people out there. So, how will these people be able to contact you? Tell them all your social details.
so, it's Bare Knuckle Wars on Facebook. My name's Hornby, Facebook. The only ways you need to contact me, really, you know, if you contact me through them, I'll contact you back. I'll definitely contact you back. You know, we just want people that want the chance. You know, I'm not looking for the best, like I said to you, the best boxers, the best fighters, because you can, them people are going to go towards the BKB and BKFC and BYB and all that. But if you want a chance to get noticed and be somewhere, come to me. You know, if you can sell some tickets for a show, some of the shows you won't have to. I'll give you a little bit of an inkling now that the next show I'm doing after this one, I'm doing a collaboration with Olympus Fight Club. So it's going to be a civil war, Olympus Fight Club versus Bare Knuckle Wars. Battle of the Towns. We've got South Yorkshire and North Yorkshire. I'm not giving anything else away now. No location, no dates, no nothing. But that's the next thing under my belt.
That's good,
Yeah,
that's good. So you'll have Doncaster, Sheffield, Barnsley, Rotherham versus York, Harrogate. Am I right? All the Scarborough, all them areas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's good.
That's the next thing in pipeline, mate. Then after that, the police are actually watching what I'm doing now. And after this event, they're going to talk. They've told me they're going to talk to the Bradford Council. They're going to talk to the police. They're going to get an idea of how it all works. Because one thing you can't do is you can't book a show somewhere and not talk to the police and council first. Because I went into it naive. I just booked shows. The police and council would come in and go, look, we want to ask this and that's that. You know, so why Robbie and Ash are helping me, and how they're helping me, is they're showing me the right way. When I come to put my next show inside, they're going to show me how to approach them all, the right ways to do it.
Definitely.
And that's why I'm glad I met him.
Guys, what a good guy though, isn't he? You know what I mean? He's doing his best there, and he's getting the show cracking. I've got no doubts they're going to be amazing mega shows. Let's all get behind him, guys. Can I hear a round of applause? Lee Hornby, pleasure to have you on today, my mate. You know that, mate. Definitely great guy, guys. And listen, much love, and everyone, peace out there. Yeah, from Machine Podcast. Let's go.